Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pixel Scout training webinar. I hope you can see me on the screen. I'm over here on that side, one of those sides. Todd Spears here. Uh, got my good friend Joe Troyer right there next to me. My partner Herc there in the middle, and we have Rob Warner on the far end there. Hopefully you can see everybody. So we are going to come back today, and hopefully you guys saw uh, our last Thursday webinar when Joe presented all about the cold emailing and the scripts and all of the ideas and just all that great stuff. Let me just know real quick. Give me a one if you saw last week's Thursday webinar with Joe. One. Okay, lots of, yeah, okay, good. A great amount of you. Okay, give me a two if you did not see Joe's webinar. Okay, there's a few, right? As normal. Okay, I see more than a few more coming in now. All right, guys. So if you look at your screen right now, I just want to make this real clear. That replay is in your members area, and I highly recommend that you go and watch that because it's just nothing but pure value and some great training from Mr. Joe Troyer there. And if anyone knows anything about cold emailing, it's this guy. So unless you're already an expert at it, you don't feel like you need any help with cold emailing, then don't watch it. But I know there are a lot of you out there that you know what, even if you are an expert at it, I guarantee you're going to learn something from it. So I highly recommend that you go and watch Joe's webinar from last week. Not that long. I think it was about an hour and change, and then we did about 20 minutes Q&A or something like that. But that's there in your members area, along with the other previous webinars we've done all about the software and the pro upgrades and all that jazz. You really need to try and find some time to keep up with us on that. Hopefully we're not inundating you with too much information. We're trying to make it real focused, one thing at a time, to get you down this line of success with these products. And we're just trying to provide immense amount of training and knowledge and get you thinking and let you know you can do this stuff. If you're not in our Facebook group, please do join our Facebook group. There's an immense amount of help going on in there from all of our members. Great questions every hour of every day. That Facebook group is just on fire. And half the time I go in there, every time I open my Facebook feed, the first 5 posts are someone in Pixel Scout. And by the time I look at them, and go to help, well, another member has already answered that question. I mean, the responses are so fast. So please do take advantage of that. Don't be shy. I know we have a lot of lurkers in there, and that's cool too. But there's no such thing as a dumb question. Just ask it. If you're stuck somewhere, and somebody will help you out and get you moving in the right direction. And that's really all we want to do. That's why we have all these trainings, just to help you get going, because we truly believe that Pixel Scout is a great opportunity for those that are experienced marketers, as well as those that are brand new in digital marketing. We feel that finding a business owner who's not retargeting is the perfect opportunity to explain to them they need to be retargeting. It is the best money spent in advertising online, the best. And if they're not retargeting, then they just don't know what they're doing and they're leaving money on the table. And it's your job to contact them and let them know with a serious face that they need to be doing that. It's not expensive. Most of our retargeting campaigns start with $5 to $10 a day. Not very much money. And then once they start seeing results, they're going to love you for it, and then they're going to start bringing you on to bring them in more action, more leads, start doing more cold advertising, if you will. So that's what this is all about. That's what we're doing here. So last week we Joe did all his thing about cold emailing, and it was great. Again, highly recommend you guys go watch it. But what we're going to do today is we're going to bring on Joe's partner, Rob. And Rob is, I got to know Rob really well a few months ago in Barcelona. Me, him, and Joe. Herc unfortunately couldn't make that trip to Barcelona, but I'm in a mastermind group with these guys, a bunch of other high-level local marketers that have a lot of great programs and knowledge and training, and just been doing it for years. And so we all collaborate and get together and try to help each other out. Well, when I introduced Pixel Scout to the group, Joe and Rob came at me like, wow, looks like a really great product and all that. And we've got some things too that can mesh in really well with that. So the more I talk to them, I'm like, yes, would you guys like to come on and you know, help us out here? So they're doing that. So what we've got Rob, and Rob's specialty is that he runs a pay-per-click advertising agency, and he has over a few hundred digital marketing agencies that he supports. They're doing around 2 million or more a month in ad spend. And when I say ad spend, I don't mean, you know, big corporation where they just have, you know, throw tons of money at it. These are all local businesses, small mom and pop shops spending over $2 million a month with Rob's company. And this has been going on for a while. Didn't just start doing this. Rob knows exactly what he's doing. And so we brought Rob on here today. You know, and more another fast fact for you about Rob's company. They've been pushing over 7,000 phone calls per month to all of their clients out there, and 7,000. That's a lot of advertising. That's a lot of results and a lot of conversions. So Rob really knows what he's talking about here. And what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of combine this, go back to with what Joe taught us last week about cold emailing. Rob's going to come in today and show us how to retarget inside of those cold emails. You know, you probably noticed a little area where you can put in scripts inside of your emails now. But Rob's the expert on all of that stuff. So we are going to step back and let Rob take the comm, if you will. I think he's got a few slides to present as well, but we are going to go off slide a lot. You know, we'll take probably, you know, a tip of the hour or so, and then we're going to have a lot of Q&A after that, and we can dive in deeper to, you know, whatever you guys feel like you want to talk about.
Now, give me a second, guys, because this did this the other day when I tried to use it, and I can't figure out why this does this. Give me a second.
Okay, no problem. Joe, Herc, anything to add? Did I miss anything setting this up? Sound good? Sound good? Okay. Right on. As soon as Rob gets his stuff together, let me look at some questions over here.
I have this love-hate relationship with Keynote and GoToWebinar because I don't use either of them very often, and they confuse the hell out of me.
No, I think you did a great job, Todd, setting it up. The great thing is we're going to teach you guys how to use this for yourself, right? You guys can deploy their remarketing tactics because you guys get it, right? Like you guys all bought into Pixel Scout, so you guys understand the opportunity. But what I want to impress upon you guys is you can also take these tactics then, and you guys can help implement them with your customers once you bring them on. And guys, this is kind of like an Inception type of play. How many of you guys have seen the movie Inception? Let me know in the chat. Just give me a 0 in the chat, right? So it's like Mr. Prospect asks, right? Mr. Business Owner says, you know, Dorn, Michael, Stephanie, Paul, right? Insert your name here. Does retargeting work? And you're like, I don't know. You saw my ads, right? It worked to get you on the call. And then I'll go, yeah, point well taken. Where do I sign up, right? So this is like that Inception type of circumstance where they're going to see your retargeting ad and you're telling them that they're missing out because they're not running retargeting, and then you know, you're selling them retargeting. So this is kind of like all the proof in the pudding, so to speak. And I think that this is really going to give you guys the opportunity to 10x your guys' sales. Does that make sense? Can I get a 1 if that makes sense to everybody? That is the opportunity here today, and that's why I'm so excited. I think we're doing this in a very special way, taking a fulfillment training and really making this exciting for you guys and making it a sales tool as well for you. So I'm super excited for Rob to take things away today.
All right, and I'm going to do that just now, and I've lost the will to live trying to make Keynote plays nicely, so I'm not even going to try. One day, when I'm more technically grown up, I'll figure this stuff out, but right now there's not that day. I'm going to go cameras off, if that's okay, guys. So we can go distraction free, and I can just talk you through some stuff. So before we start, I just need really your permission here, guys. Joe, your camera's still on, you're off now. Cool. Are we happy today if this is a working session, not just a talking session? Give me a 1 if you're here and you would like to get some work done and leave with some actions and outcomes that you can use right away. Awesome, 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 awesome. Right, because training's great. We all love training, but training doesn't pay the bills. Doing stuff with the training is what pays the bills. And so I'm here to make sure that we're just not sitting here looking at a slide deck. I can count on my screen now. We have a grand total of 15 things and slides to share, and that includes the one you're looking at right now. What matters way more than that is that we get some work done that gets you some outcomes that you can implement. So you've got an awesome tool in Pixel Scout. It does a phenomenal job in terms of finding prospects for you that you can engage with. That's a brilliant piece of kit. That's why you're here. That's why Joe and I are here. We think it's fantastic. But my aim for this call is to take Pixel Scout and make it even better. Last time you were on, Joe gave some awesome email tricks, some email tips, some scripts, some ideas that will really help you to engage with prospects. And we've seen already in the chat just how good they were. Now, I want to take that and make it better. And essentially, here's kind of how the roles break down in Invisible PPC and how it relates to what we're talking about today. Joe is kind of, Joe's the lead singer of the band. Joe does all this sexy stuff, and it's email and it's copy and it's fancy and it's a clever marketing tactic. And we all love that, and it sounds awesome. And somewhere stood at the back is a guy like me playing bass, who just quietly makes everything that little bit better. And that's my role here today, is to take what you've already got, recognize how good it is in terms of the tools that Joe's given you, the Pixel Scout tool that you've already got access to, and make them better for you so you get the most out of everything. And that's what we're going to do. Now, how are we going to do that? I want to ask a question first, and I want to double check. I'm 99% sure I know the answer to this, but I want to make sure I've not got any preconceptions. Hit me in the chat. What is your first offer after you're going out with somebody with Pixel Scout? And please don't surprise me with anything weird and wonderful. I am expecting to know what the answer is. I just want to check. Retargeting. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So a variety of stuff there. Some more family friendly than others. That's cool. I'm just wanting to know that so I can set this in context as we go through. So cool. So retargeting, Facebook ads to leads gens, Messenger, Facebook local, SEO, retargeting, paid search. Don't have one yet. That's cool. We'll help you get that. Retargeting video. Wow, loads of stuff. More leads. Brilliant. Perfect. Thank you. Phenomenally helpful. So, number one problem with email. Tell me, who here knows the number one problem with email? And we've all seen it, and it's one of the reasons that you're signed up to a messenger to get notifications of a webinar. Yeah, people don't always respond. People might open, but they don't respond to email as much as we'd like them to be. Absolutely, everybody knows this. We've got this, that emails just don't get the response we'd like them to sometimes. That's why when Joe's talking about here's a bunch of smart ways to make it more effective, here's some smart scripts that you can use and some sequences, and here's Pixel Scout to make them more relevant, they're all stacking the deck in your favor compared to other people. But the problem is, it's still a minority. The response you get compared to the email you send, we know is a tiny percentage. So given that we know that's the case, it surely stands to reason then that if we can get more engagement with our email, then we get more clients. Simple as that. More engagement with our email leads to more opportunities, leads to more clients. If we've got a good offer, that's what should happen. And Todd's already touched on it. How do we do it? And the answer is we retarget our emails. So another question, guys. Who here is currently retargeting email? Give me a 1 in the chat if you're doing it. Right, majority answers here. Congratulations, by the way, to Paul and to Dennis and to David and Roger, who are the only people here who've actually said, yes, we're doing that. So here's the thing. Most people don't know you can retarget email. And those who do know you can retarget email often don't do it. And I'm not talking about a Facebook custom audience from an uploaded email list. I'm talking about actual retargeting email opens. So, hey, first point in this today is to know you can retarget email opens. And that's what we're going to do today. So if we can get engagement from just those people who all they've had to do is open an email, they've done nothing else yet. They've not clicked necessarily. They've not clicked through to our offer, to our website, to our reports. All they've done is open an email. We can start a conversation with them. And that's what I'm going to give you all today. So I'm going to give everybody on this call today everything you need to know to retarget email, and not just on Facebook. We're going to touch on Facebook, but I'm assuming that most people on here have got good Facebook skills. So we'll mention it, but I'm going to show you other things as well. And I'm going to give you some takeaways so that things that we don't cover, you can take away and do afterwards. Because I want to get everybody up to a good speed on this. Here's the thing. We want to be a big fish, right? We want our prospects paying attention to us. We want them, when they've opened our email, to see us everywhere. We want them thinking about us all the time. We want to be on every device. We want to be on every channel so that wherever they go, they see us. James says that's what we wanted to hear. And that's exactly the point. You know, we want that person from the moment they open an email to go, holy crap, these guys are good. Look at what they're doing. They're everywhere. And they're retargeting me. They won't know it's retargeting. They'll just perceive that you're everywhere. You know it's retargeting. We all get that. We're marketers. We understand what's going on, but your prospects typically don't. Don says omnipresence. It's exactly omnipresence. Omnichannel, omnidevice, omnipresence. That's what we want to try and achieve. And to do that, we're going to need to go into a bunch of different places. We're going to need to go into Facebook. We're going to need to go into Google. We're going to go to Google Ads. We're going to YouTube. We're going to go. Or we need some ads. I'm going to give you today those things. So you can leave this call with those things today. So just want everybody to just sort of think for a second. I've just mentioned lots of different channels there, and it sounds like a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to, in this next hour, try and get as much of those done for you so that when you leave here today, and the reason I say you've got some work to do is that you can actually just take what we've done today, do it and use it starting this afternoon if you have time, or depending what time you are in the world, tomorrow morning. So we're now going to leave the world of slides and we're going to go into the world of work, and I'm going to give you something to get started with. I'm going to just put it in the chat so we can all get to it. I'll try to spell it properly, but please check for me. Now, if when you've got a second, go to that folder, it will move you to a Google Drive folder, and we're going to start there in a second. So that said, are we good so far? Are we good with what we're going to do next? We're going to show you how to increase your email engagement by just those people who then open them, by retargeting them and taking them through your journey. So are we good with that? Is that good? Give me some yeses. I want to know. I want to make sure we're doing the right thing here, guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me get the right screen up then. There we go. All right, let's start in Pixel Scout first, because that's what we're here to talk about. Can you see my Pixel Scout screen? It looks like you can. That's good. Pixel Scout is an awesome tool in that it finds people, as we know, without pixels. And we need to be able to contact them. So we've got the screens here. I ran a search earlier on today, getting ready for this session tonight, because tonight for me, it's 8:30 at night for me this evening. And I got a report for somebody. So I just picked this one, picked a random report. And if you notice here at the bottom of the page on your email, you've probably largely ignored this. On your email screen where you contact people, there is a place where you can put a script. that script can be whatever you want. And we're going to use it today to create an email retargeting script. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And what I'm going to show you how to do next is how to take that script, first of all, how to create it. And I'm going to show you two scripts. One is for Facebook and one is for Google. I'm going to walk you through them because if we're going to be omnipresent, Facebook alone isn't enough for us. We need to be on those other places as well. So I'm going to show you how to do the Facebook script. I'm going to show you how to do the Google script. And I'm going to give you our internal documents and processes so you can just copy and paste. Because I don't want anybody to leave here with a blocker that stops them doing anything. So you're going to have my documents that you can just copy, swipe, and deploy. All right, so let's start this off then. First thing we need to go to is this folder here, which I just want to show you what we've got in this folder. We're going to have a bunch of things in here that we're going to talk through first of all. The first thing is this document here, how to target, set up remarketing for when an email is opened. Okay, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it in Google and Facebook at the same time. Now, I'm going to walk you through this document. You've all got this document. You can all download this from that folder. That link you have there is public. You can just help yourself to it. You can see everybody coming into my document now. Please don't edit it. I would be upset with you if you did. So first thing you're going to need is a Google Analytics account. Everybody on here, I assume, is able to go and open a Google Analytics account. I don't think anybody's going to need me to show you how to do that. Everybody okay with doing that? If you're not okay with doing that, all you need to do is go to just do a quick search for it. When you can type properly. Click on the link, and I think I'll probably be already signed in, so it'll sign me up straight away. But if you're not, it will ask you to just sign in. So I'm already signed in. Really, really simple. Come here, create an account. Okay. That's all you need to do is come into Google Analytics and create an account. It's free. It will take you 2 seconds. I would imagine here, most people have got a Google Analytics account already. Is anybody here, let me know, think they can't open a Google Analytics account? Good. I'm going to say that's an okay to carry on. Let's carry on then. Let's assume everyone's got a Google Analytics account. What we need then in our Google Analytics account is our website ID, which is the first thing you create in Google Analytics. And we need to create a piece of code that looks like this. Now, the good news is all you have to do is copy and paste my code. And the only tiny bit you need to change to be able to do this and to be able to retarget people on Google, on YouTube, and on Gmail is this one line of code in your email and one step in analytics that I'm going to show you next. So here's what we're going to do. Everybody who's on the call, you can copy and paste this, and all you need to do is replace this piece here where it says UA with your own website property ID, and I will show you where to find that next. So I'll just bring another screen in. Give me a second. That's all right. I know where I put it. I put it here ready for later. Here we go. So come into here to Google Analytics. And when you've created your property in Google Analytics, in the admin panel, you will have a property. If you come into property settings, you'll have the ID. It's the very first thing that you see here. The very first thing you see is this property ID. And all you do in my document here is swap out yours with mine. And you can copy and paste this code into your email. Does everybody get that piece so far? Simple, take my code from my document, copy and paste it into Pixel Scout just here. So I'll do exactly that now. I'll take my dummy one, oops, wrong window. You can see I have hundreds of windows open for the purpose of this because we've got lots of things to go to. Come in here. Done. Ready to go. This is going to get us omnipresent. Cool. Now that's going to fire code, and that code is going to fire that says, when I open an email, I want to track that open, and I want to put those people into an audience, and that audience is people who've opened my email. Really makes sense, doesn't it? And then we can use that audience in all our advertising. So it's like Facebook. We take an audience, we show it ads. It's exactly the same principle, but we can reach a much bigger audience and in different ways here. So let's look at what the next thing to do on that one is. Let's come to the right analytics account. I'm going to come back out of here. The way that we're going to do that is we need to create an audience. So we put that piece of code on our website, on our email rather, and we then come into here and we create a goal. Okay, we create a goal. And this is all in my document, by the way, so you can just copy and paste what I'm doing. If anything, if you miss anything, rewatch this webinar afterwards. I know I'm doing the technical stuff. I know I'm playing bass here. I'm not doing the lead singer piece. So I'm doing something more technical. We're going to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to create a new goal. And we're going to call that goal, we're going to do a custom. I'm going to choose continue. We're going to call it email open demo. We're going to choose an event. We're going to choose continue. And here's what we need to do to be careful. Here's where it magically happens. In my code here, you will see event category, so and EC, we use the word email, and EA, event action, we put open. And you can see them in the code here. EC equals email and EA equals open. We match that in our Google Analytics. Oops, wrong one. So category equals email, action equals open. Hit save. We now have a goal. So we are now capturing everybody who opens our email. We can now start and do stuff with this. Everybody get that? We've now got an audience, like in Facebook with a custom audience or a Facebook with any type of audience. We've got an audience that we can use in all the Google properties as well now. And the reason I'm showing you Google first is that you guys can do Facebook already. You can do Facebook stuff. I've got a Facebook pixel in here, but you can copy and paste that and apply it yourself. Here we can now go way beyond that, and I'm going to show you how to really use this in a few minutes. And question in the chat box, does that code work with anything? It works with any email platform that allows you to put a script in. So whether you're using MailChimp, Aweber, HubSpot, Infusionsoft, or anything else that allows you to put a tracking script in the email, you can use it. You can use it on your internal stuff with your existing customers if you wish. You can do it anywhere you like with whatever message you want. One of the reasons that I want everybody to think about some of the Google channels in addition to the Facebook channel is on Google we can retarget for up to 540 days. On Facebook we've only got 60. So as you capture leads and start to do things, you can do things over a long period of time. You don't just have to hit people immediately, though you should. We got a long-term asset here. So now we've got the audience. I'm going to take a couple of seconds just to answer some chat questions. Then we're going to move on to how to use that goal and turn it into an audience that we can actually advertise to. So let me have a look. Herc and Todd as well, if you see anything you want me to answer or anything you think is important, just raise it anytime. W Camp says, can you add other website ideas for companies you're working with, like clients? Hell yeah. So everything I'm showing you here, just because we're doing it for your outreach, there's a client service here, guys. There's a client service if you want to offer a service here. Most businesses send email. There's a service, a product offering, and this is what you're getting here is your fulfillment training for how to do it. So think about yourself, but think about the bigger picture as well. This is fulfillment training for how to do this to a client. Eric says, does email retargeting require HTML emails? Yes, it does require HTML emails, but most emails are HTML these days. Roger says, how does this differ from using open results in email service like Constant Contact? The difference is this is directly synced into Google platforms, which I don't believe those are. I might be wrong. So, Joanne says, I didn't see the link. The link is in the chat, Joanne, if you can't find it. invisibleppc.com/pixel targeting. Is EC and AC variables defined by us or by Google? By us, I think, actually, not Google, but it works. Sandy says, can you place multiple scripts? Heck yeah. If you're in Pixel Scout here, and we come back here to this little window, you can put a Facebook script and the Google script in there. Doesn't have to be one or the other. Why would we ever want to just target one? Let's target both. Okay. Can you use other words with an email open? Alvin, I've not tested, but I'm sure you can. I set the goal with a template or a custom. I used a custom rather than a template, but you could use a template if you wished. All right, let's move on then. Let's move on. So we've now got our audience, or rather our goal set. Next thing is put it into an audience. And the way we do that is that we come back into our property settings here. And we come down to audience definitions. An audience is like in Facebook. It's who we can target. You can see in my account here, I've got nice little audiences here that are all linked to Google Ads for lots of different things, different visitor durations. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to do I always do this wrong. Create a new. I then will, no, I don't. I want to, that's it. I want to here. And you bear with me a second, because I always hit the wrong button with this. It's not that. Come out of there. What to do? New audience. This is it. User completed a goal. And now I've got my condition, my email goal. I can come over here. And if I look down here at my goals and I scroll down, all these will be pre-populated for you. You don't need to worry about them. They're all going to be pre-populated. Find the one that's your email open. Here we go. Email open demo, goal value 2, and hit apply. And I can make this whatever I want up to 540 days. I'm going to put 180 for the purpose of this. And then we'll put email for Google Ads. Oops, I can't type. Add a destination, and the destination is my Google Ads account. And I hit publish. So now, if I've got a Google Ads account, I'm good to go. I can start and show ads on whatever part of Google I like to my, oh, that's a weird one, isn't it? Anybody seen that before?
That shit only happens when you're live on webinars.
Of course. It's not like we handle hundreds of accounts a day and this never happens, but hey, let's just see. It's because I've already done it. I've already built it for test purposes. So ignore the fact that I'm repeating myself here. We do a little bit of preparation for these things, guys. You do know that. We actually do plan this thing in advance. What you don't ever do is do it a second and a third time and realize that by planning it, you've broken it. So you won't have that because you won't be doing this for a demo. You hit publish and you've got that audience in your Google Ads. And now we can then just build some ads. And we can build YouTube, we can build Gmail, we can build whatever we like, and we can show them some ads. So I'm going to come back to some technical stuff in a minute, because we're going to show you how to build the campaign in a second. It's going to be, we're going to do this in a super simple way. This does not need to get complicated. What you've just seen, that's the hard stuff. That's the hard stuff. They're actually building this thing from here on in is the easy bit. Oops, get out of there. Well, what I want to show you though is if we're going to build a campaign, then we need some ads. And I want to give you 2 types of ads that you can build straight away. So the first one, some videos. Who here has ever done a video for themselves for their agency? Let me know in the chat if you've done that before. A few people, yeses, cool. And yeah, John rightly says video ads are the best. Video word ads work like gangbusters. And to stop, settle James's worry, you do not need to spend much money retargeting. Everything we're doing is retargeting. Imagine how many clicks your ads are going to get when you're retargeting your cold email list from Pixel Scout. It's a small number. You could probably run this on $5 a day, you know, on a good day. When you start, you'll spend even less than that. But because this is Google and because we're using Facebook as well, they only charge you on a click. You're going to be paying pence on the dollar for clicks. We using exactly this kind of approach on our video ads. We see video views for about $0.25 a view. It's absolutely nothing. It's completely free. You can spend a few dollars a month. I think we targeted 5,000 people for a month and spent $150 across all platforms. It's like, this is just no money. This is no money in the grand scheme of things. But one of the things that people often get stuck with is, what the heck am I going to say if I do a video ad? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. How do I make it sound natural? So I've got you some scripts, and I want to talk you through them because you can use these today. Just take my script, copy it. Take my script, copy it, use it, make it more appropriate for your business. But this will work. They've been put together with Pixel Scout in mind. So from what Joe showed you last time, then we're going to build on that. And the good thing with these video scripts is that they'll work on Facebook, they'll work on YouTube. If we're going to make a video, even if it's only 1 or 2 minutes, surely we want to use it everywhere we can. We want to be omnipresent. We want to be the big fish in the pond. We want them to pay attention to our ads and to our emails and to our reports. So let's give them the opportunity. So I'm going to walk you through the first script. And if anyone's got suggestions on this, let's write one while we're here. So first script is it's kind of a general script. And the way to do this, don't overthink it. If you've got a webcam on your laptop, use it. If you've got an iPhone, use it. If you've got an Android phone, use it. This script's a couple of 100 words long. You can say it in 90 seconds. If it takes you more than 2 minutes to record this video, you've thought about it too much. Don't let that get in your way. Read it, give it your best. It does not have to be perfect. We often find authentic, natural video from a business owner works 100 times better than polished stuff. We don't want polish here. We don't want fancy Hollywood production. We want honest engagement from a business owner. Because when you think about it from the prospect's point of view, who are they going to be engaging with? It's going to be you. So they want, if you can say, hi, I'm Dave, this is my company. How do you think they feel about that? How do you think they feel about that? So let's go through this. First video, first script. Hi, this is name from business. I'm sure we can all fill in the blanks. This video is just for you. As a recent scan of your website by our specialist software discovered that you're losing customers in your business due to a lack of digital follow-up. One thing I've done very deliberately in there, and Joe will reinforce this previous time, we want to speak in language they understand. They don't necessarily understand pixels, they understand losing customers. And the word digital follow-up won't mean anything to them, and that's kind of why it's there. It's a curiosity piece. They're going, I'm losing customers because of digital follow-up. What the hell's that? So what exactly is digital follow-up? Well, it's kind of like this, or ads on Facebook and other places that show up after someone's visited your website or read an email. You might recall I emailed you recently. Great hook back to the email that you've sent. And the best part of it, it really works. It's possibly the lowest cost, highest return form of digital marketing available today. If you want to win more business through automated digital follow-up, just click the link below and have a quick chat, or look for an email in your inbox from Put Your Name In. Can I check in with everybody? Does that script make sense? Do you see how that simple little script does a few things. It says, you're losing customers. You're not doing this thing called digital follow-up. And I've emailed you, and you might remember now because you're seeing me on here as well. Everybody get it? It's really, really subtle. It's really simple. Joe described it as being like an inception at the start of this call, and that's exactly what it's like. You know, we're going to retarget you to sell you retargeting. So when they come on the phone and say, does this retargeting work? Well, we're having this conversation, aren't we? What do you think? You're entirely building a world of inception for people there, and it's really natural. Is there anybody here who doesn't think they could read that script? Even if you don't want to go face to camera and you want to record it on slides, you could do a simple white slide, you know, VSL type style presentation. If you really don't want to be on camera, I would encourage you to be on camera if you can, but I don't want to block you from doing it. If you would only do it with the slides, do it with slides. If you would put a photo of you in the corner though, make sure it's your photo on there. You need to be relatable. Better still, do it in your office, at your desk, in your car, wherever. Larry Sim says, brilliant, make perfect sense, sounds good, really natural. Video makes it more authentic, absolutely. Amy says, this is awesome. And yes, you can set up campaigns to target multiple industries. So you can take my script and you can change it to your heart's content. I am not precious about it, but it's a really good structure that will give you a great outcome. I've then done a second version. Depending what you're selling and how you're using Pixel Scout, I've given you two options. This is for if you're sending out the Pixel Scout report. Same intro. Hi, this is my name. This video is for you, as I recently sent you a free report showing some technical issues on your website that's costing you money, costing you customers today due to a lack of digital follow-up. Exactly the same thing. Then here's where we can get really clever if we do it this way. If you're doing this face to camera, then you can hold up, you know, a mock version of the report. Just take a screenshot of one of your reports, print it out on a piece of paper and hold it up and wave it at the camera. You know, the report's going to look something like this. Show it's a real thing. Show it's a real thing, ideally. Even put a couple of pieces of paper behind it to make it look bigger. If you want to start winning more business today without having to invest in a new website or do extra work, just click the link below and we can have a quick chat, or look for an email from me. The point of saying it this way is you need to be slightly careful when you're telling people about things are broken on your website. People can assume that means you're trying to sell them a new website, which you're not. You're trying to get them to put things on their website to make it more powerful. So if you're not careful and you use the wrong kind of language when you're saying, hey, we found this thing. If you look, you know, back here at the Pixel Scout report, if I just come back here, preview report, they might not understand initially what a Facebook pixel means. So we want to use that in conjunction with language that they can relate to. So use both, but tie the two together in terms of technical website, you know, pixel issues, and you don't have to do work to do this. You don't have to build anything new. So that should give you both options and give you two great ways to go about this. So is there any additional script that somebody would like that we can create here and now? Is there another one that we've liked that I've missed? Is there an angle you can see that I've not thought of that we can do a quick version of right now? If there is, let's do it here and now. And hit me in the chat if you'd like an extra one creating, so let's do it. I'm here to help you find the angles.
Yeah, and while you guys are typing that in, I did see a couple questions. Yes, we are going to provide you with a link to the scripts that Rob's showing you guys. That'll be under the video in the replay. We'll give that to you guys for sure. Perfect.
Yeah, this as far as I'm concerned, this stuff has been put together and created primarily for you guys. So I want you to have it, use it, abuse it, and make money with it most importantly. So Alvin has a great idea. For 2 cups of Starbucks coffee, it can bring you 1 to 2 extra leads per month. Great idea. So let's do it. Let's write that script. That's a really nice angle. This video is for you. How should we intro this then? Let's have a look. Let's leave that piece in for now. Let's leave the free report piece in. Let's give it a go. Some minor website technical issues that you can fix for the price. There you go. So we can use that opening paragraph or a version of it. And I'm doing this quick, so you might be able to tie this up, but it's a really nice angle. So as I recently sent you a free report of minor website issues that you can fix, for the price of 2 cups of Starbucks a day and bringing 2 to 3 extra leads every month on autopilot. We can say, if that sounds I apologize if you can hear me slamming the keyboard. I know it always sounds like an elephant walking on the keyboard when someone's typing. There we go. Does that make sense? Everybody got that as another angle? And you can test these and play around them to suit the services you're selling. So where we're going to direct them to. So that's the question I don't know the answer to, depending on how you're running your business. Where do you want to take them to? Do you want to take them to a calendar link? Do you want to take them to a landing page that explains what it is that you're offering? My personal thought is, it's perhaps covered elsewhere in the Pixel Scout training, is send them to something to show them a little bit about what it is you're doing, create some curiosity on a little landing page, and then give them a calendar booking on there, because we're going to try and sell them a decent service. So there we go. That's that. That's that one done. That's 3 scripts you can use immediately. And you can take those, record yourself a video, and we can use that YouTube video on YouTube. We can use that video on Facebook, and you've got some ads ready to go. Really simple. Let's get some more, because another place that we can go is we can get some banner ads, get some image ads. If video is a blocker for you or a concern for you, then the world doesn't exist with just video. So let's look at something else. What I've also done for you is I've created in a tool that we use sometimes called Banner Shack, some banner ads for you that you can use on Facebook, you can use on Instagram, you can use on Google, on Gmail, on YouTube. They're all here and they're all done for you. Now, let me show you what I've done. I've created this full set of banners based on the Pixel Scout messaging that are yours to swipe and deploy. And I'm going to give you them all. They're all actually in this folder already called Pixel Scout Ad Sets. If anybody still hasn't found this folder, I'm just going to put it in the chat again, how to get to it, so you can get there now. Don't want anybody to miss this. I've not uploaded it. I'll put it in there in a minute. There we go. That will be up there in a second. And you've got a full banner set that you can use. So that's one banner set with one set of messaging that if you need images for an ad, and we always get hung up on images, people always get worried about them. It always becomes a big hassle because to run Google ads, you need lots of different sizes. You need Facebook sizes. And you can see here, there's just about every size under the sun that will cover all the platforms you need. So That's one set. Who'd like more ads if we do some different sets and some different designs that you could use for your website? Who would like some different stuff, some different colors or some different messaging? Let's create them while we're here. Yep. Come on, there's more people than that surely would like more ads. Perfect. Let's get some done then. Let's get some done. Let's come back to here. Let's duplicate these. And let's create another set. Who would like some different language on there? What messaging would we like on them, please? Anybody want to change the messaging, or should we change colors first? Tell me what we use. I'm using a tool called Banner Snack for this, by the way. It's like a $50 a month subscription. We use this. We use Design Pickle. We use other tools for our banner ads. You can use whatever you like. Really simple to use. And what it does is it creates them all at once. Now, there's always editing involved. They never create them perfectly, but it creates them all at once. Let's do this. We'll call it Pixel Scout 2. Any requests for copy or language that people want? Or should we just change some colors? Well, we could use that Starbucks angle. We should try the Starbucks angle. Let's write some copy for that, shall we? And now we can see we've got a problem because we're just a little bit wrapped around it. I'll need to sort that out, but I can do that. Want more customers for the cost of a coffee. That's a nice little catchy headline, isn't it? Let's use that. Let's change it up a bit. Want more
Is this is a free service, this Banner Snack?
It's not. It's paid. It's about $50 a month.
Okay.
But
it's cool. I've never seen this.
It's neat, isn't it? We've played with lots
awesome.
of these things, and they all vary in form and function. And you always want to punch the screen with them. You always, when you do things like this, and you go, "Oh crap, this is now all done, and I'm gonna have to adjust everything." But that's just life, isn't it? You know, you can't always have it exactly the way you want it. So with this one, the way this works is actually we can just tweak it slightly. So I can just change the size slightly, just to make it fit. I'm just doing this quickly for the sake of this session, but we could do more with this. There we go. That'll fix most of them. And it might be that one or two of these don't work as well. So this one here, for example, if one doesn't work as well, that's fine. We can just come into individual banners and we can edit it. Shrink that down a bit. And of course, you won't always necessarily get every single size you want, but it doesn't matter. Use the ones that work. You know, focus on what you have got, not what you haven't got. Let's change this one a bit. All I need to do is tweak that up there a little bit. There we go. Nice, and you notice here it's nice, non-threatening call to action. Learn is a really simple thing to do. Learn more. It's not going to offend anybody. No one's going to be concerned about that. Let's make it a little bit smaller, shall we? So we make all this work. Bold it. And I'll go through and tie these up after the session. I can always do that for you, and I'll put them in the folder afterwards. So if we want to, let's move on, shall we? Let's do the last couple and we'll move on. All right, I'll finish those up afterwards. So we've got now 2 sets of banners. Anybody want one more? Are we good to go with 2? William says Canva has a similar service for $12 a month. Yeah, I like Canva, but we could never find it to work for multiple banners at once. And defining banners individually is just too slow and time consuming. If you're going to create lots of banners, then you need to be doing it fast. And this we found to be so far the best. If you've got a different experience with Canva, absolutely use Canva. So in this folder that you've all got access to at the end of this session, you're going to see a minimum of 2 sets of banner ads. The first one's already in there for you. Here's a second set. If anyone's got a request for any more that we haven't covered on here, fire it over and I'll have a look. And we'll create some more for you. So what have we got so far? We've got audiences. We're retargeting. We've got a retargeting pixel email. From that, we've created an analytics goal, which has created an audience. And we've now got ads, either our YouTube videos or our banners. Let's put them to work in a campaign, and I'll show you how to set it up. And this is really not going to be rocket science, because the good thing with retargeting is you don't have to do anything too difficult. So let me just find it here. I've lost my thing for a second. I really need to have fewer, there we go, fewer tabs open at any one time. It's frightening the amount I have open. So all you need is a Google Ads account. They're free. Go to Google Ads, Google Ads, open an account. Really simple. When you're in that account, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Tools, and you're going to go into Linked Accounts. And if you haven't already done it, a one-off thing to do is click the thing here to link it to Google Analytics. If you're already logged into Google Analytics, it will just do it for you. So it's a 2-second job. What you'll also need to do is link it to your YouTube channel. Now, don't worry if you don't have a YouTube channel. You don't need to be putting out video content. All you need is to open a channel where we can put your video ads in. So when you record that video, upload it to YouTube, and we can then use it as a video ad. You can use it other ways if you wish, but you can make it a private video that we only ever use for ads. And what it will do when you do linking here is it will ask you for this, which is your YouTube channel ID. All you need to do is give it this, and you'll link it to your Google Ads. So we've now got everything we need. We've got our audience, we've got our YouTube, and we got some ads. We've got an AdWords account, we're good to go. And then simply follow the buttons. All you need to do, click on New Campaign. We're going to do website traffic campaigns. Don't worry about making them sales campaigns. You can make them lead campaigns. They'll behave very similar ways if you want. But let's just do website traffic for a second. We're going to do display first of all, and look at this option here, Gmail campaign. Okay. I'm going to put our website in here. And all we have to do now is, what do we want to focus on? We want to focus on clicks. We want to manually bid. We want to set a budget for a day. Let's just put £3 in on mine. You can see it's on the UK. Leave it, make sure it's standard delivery. And give it an ad group. So Rob's email opens. And then the key thing is in audiences, then we come into our audiences. We do browse, and we'll look for our remarketing and similar audiences, and we'll see it down here, email for Google Ads. That's who we're going to target. We don't need to worry about keywords. We don't need to worry about all the weird and wonderful stuff. That's it. That's all we need to do. We'll put a maximum of £1 per click, and we just create an ad. We can upload our image that we've created. I can't remember which banner size it is, but one of those banner sizes was the one for this. I can Google you the size afterwards. One of those in your pack is the Gmail ad size. So we just upload an ad. Fill in the blanks of your name, your headline, description, your logo. Hit add to ad group and hit create, and you are done. You've got a Gmail campaign to run. That's it. Now, I've gone through that really quickly, because even if I don't go through that really quickly, in 5 minutes you can do that yourself the first time. I don't personally, I've got a team of people who do this. I don't do this very often, but I can follow the screen instructions here, and you don't need to get clever about it. It's an image ad, fill in the blanks, and you're there. The key thing is, think about this from their perspective. You've sent them an email. You're trying to get them to engage with your email. So where would you most obviously advertise them? in their email. It's kind of a logical place to be, don't you think? Well, surely that's the place we'd want to be, is the place where they're actually wanting to take the action. Is there any reason ever why we wouldn't want them to see us in their email inbox? Everybody get why we should use Gmail. And by the way, it's just so super cheap. So super cheap. One of the things you need to think about when you're retargeting isn't just the clicks, it's the halo effect you get from it. People see you everywhere. They see you on their Gmail, they see you on YouTube, they see you on Facebook, they see you on Instagram. When they start and they see you on display ads around the internet as well, next to weather.com and all these other big websites that are running Google display ads, they can't ignore you. The chances of you getting a prospect, the stats say they go up by 70% if you're retargeting them. The stats are huge. It's a huge, huge ROI activity. So John says that ads are going to be tracked to them. Yeah, absolutely. That ad gets tracked now. When they click, they come through to your website. We can't name individuals. One of that's Gmail's privacy means we can't name individuals, but we can track the click back. I would start small for budgets for this. Start with maybe $3 a day. You won't spend $3 a day. And $5 on Facebook. That's all you need to spend. Philip asked, does it show on their inbox and the promotions? Depending on how they're using Gmail, it shows on inbox, promotions, and social. And yet, clearly, these ads are only shown to people who have Gmail. Look at your customer list. You'll be surprised just how many have Gmail. And not just that, how many people, even if they're using it, have got a domain, it's still Gmail. So I'm going to cancel that for a second. Leave that, because I want to show you one more thing in here. New campaign. Do what we did again a second ago. We want traffic. Let's go with leads, actually. Different alternative, let's take leads. We want video. All right, well, let me do this. I've not set the thing up. Let's go away some traffic. I thought I'd set this one up. That's it. Do custom. Right, custom campaign without a goal. I knew there was a way around this. Video. Custom video campaign. Click on continue and give it a campaign name. Same as before. Give it a budget, £2 a day. And again, we want to come on to standard inventory is fine for this. That's okay. Audience. What we're going to do, exactly the same as we did before, choose this audience. Every other targeting option is irrelevant. That's why this just doesn't matter. This is so simple to do because you can ignore 90% of what's going on here because all we're going to do is put it on the right places. We're going to put it on YouTube. That's it. We're going to brand ourselves. We don't need to worry about keywords. We don't need to worry about topics. We'll give a maximum of £1 in my case. And from here, we just paste the YouTube URL of the video we've just uploaded. So give it a URL, paste it in, and it's done. Really simple. Save and continue, and you've got a campaign. YouTube will typically take 24 hours to approve, so look out for that. But that will give you an ad campaign ready to go. And you can create clickable call to action on there. I'm not going to show it because there's better ways we can spend our time. And I've not got a video prepared for it, but you can really just simply click it and go. Follow the instructions there, really simple on screen, and you can't go too far wrong. There's one more setting I want to show you if I can just see it. There we go. Before I forget, because most people do forget and I nearly did, in the additional settings on here, frequency capping, we want to cap impression frequency. I do not recommend you get seen more than twice per day per campaign. The reason being, people are on YouTube consuming content. They're solving problems. They're being entertained. YouTube's a far more action-based platform than Facebook. People are there doing things. We don't want to get on their nerves. We want to get them engaged. And that's how we do it with frequency caps, so we don't just irritate the pants off them. And that will give you YouTube, that will give you Gmail, and exactly what I've just done to create these campaigns. You can follow exactly the same steps if you wish for a display campaign. Let's go for website traffic for now. Display, standard display. Okay, I'm not going to take you through all this because the only thing you need to worry about is your budget and your audience and your CAC. That's it, budget and audience, nothing else matters. Here we go. You can leave it on all countries because these are only people you've emailed and you're not emailing people halfway around the world. We want to leave all languages, that's fine. We're going to go for conversions, we're going to manually set our bids and our budget, and we're going to choose our same audience as before, and that will determine who sees it. Everything else doesn't matter. And our ads, we've already developed them, so we can just upload them into YouTube. Upload all the banners in one, and you're good to go. You can skip this step to create an ad because you can just upload the whole file at once. It's that simple. So guys, that's how we do all this stuff on the Google networks. I want to just touch on one more thing very quickly for you. In my notes here in our document, if you scroll right to the bottom, for those of you who like to run Facebook as well, and I'll bet that's everybody on here, there's your Facebook script. All you need to do for your Facebook script, and you can set up the audience in Facebook probably better than I can, is swap out that ID with your own Facebook Pixel ID, and your tracking email opens in Facebook into your audience. And when you use exactly those same ads that we just created a minute ago, either image ads for Facebook or our video ad that we created that we could share with YouTube and with Gmail, with Facebook rather, you are now omnipresent in your market. They can't ignore your email. Guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Give me your questions, give me your comments, give me your feedback. What would you like to know that I haven't told you? I want to make sure that in my folder here that I've given you, with here, you've got everything that you need. I've even given you a couple of other things that I haven't already talked about. So they're there just as backup. If you get stuck with anything, if you don't know how to link a Google Analytics account and a Google Ads account, it's there. If you're not sure how to link YouTube, it's there. Here's this document we've been looking at on how to do it, and Pixel Scout. Here's the email retargeting document. You've got everything, and in here you've got the ad sets as well. So fire in your questions, fire in your comments, and I'll take as many of them as Herc and Todd will let me stick around and answer. And thank you for all the awesome comments, by the way. Dawn says nice. PSI says awesome tips. Tim says Rob, frigging awesome. Sandy says some of the best technical training content I've seen. Here's the thing. I said this at the start of the thing. I'm the bass player. I get to do the nerdy stuff. I get to do the stuff that makes other people look good. And if you're not careful, it can get really boring, but it shouldn't be, because lots of money for not a lot of effort lives here. It really does. Carissa says simply amazing. Don, totally awesome. Using a classifier is brilliant. Hey. Alvin says, how much could you sell this retargeting service to a client? It's good, isn't it? Here you've just in this session tonight, said right at the start, think bigger picture. This is a training session to show you how you can do something that you can sell to your clients just as well. And my answer to how much to sell it for, I said, depends who they are, depends on the size of their list, it depends on the niche that you're in. But pick a number that you're comfortable with. You can outsource all this, you can do it yourself, but this isn't complicated stuff. It can be time consuming to do it for clients, but it isn't complicated once you get used to it. So if you want to charge, I would say no less than $500 a month. As a great foot in the door offer. Anything less than $500 a month is probably too cheap. But if you've got a client who's got a decent email list, heck, why wouldn't they do that? Think about getting people to show up for appointments. You could even use this for their people who've got an email list, who've got an email for reminding them of an appointment. It shows them to turn up. Alvin says, what ad spend do you recommend? Personally, for you, for your business, I recommend you spend no more than 150 a month. You could probably do both platforms. When you're starting out with Pixel Scout and your open list is small, you can probably start with 100 a month. If you've got a big open list and you're going full out, then maybe 150 a month, but that's the kind of spend range you're on. Philip says, powerful stuff, excellent. Michael says, how do I get the folder? Michael, it's in the chat. I will paste it in the link into and respond to you as well, so everybody's got it, and I'll do that publicly so everybody sees it in the Q&A. There you go. It'll just redirect you to the Google Google folder. Robert says, I'd like to put my brain back in my head. I know, it's smash your face on the table stuff, isn't it, this? Bruce says, how do you get around email filters if emails go into spam? It won't get you around it, Bruce. I can't, using a pixel, magically make email spam filters not work. But what it does mean is that those that do get through, if they just get so much as an open, will fire and you can target them. John says, mind blown. Most amazing ad training ever. There you go. Question, what platform do you recommend to start building my own website as a beginner? Oh, Ivan, I'm probably the worst person in the world to answer that question. I ran my own business at Invisible PPC for 5 years without a website. We actually reached a point, I'll tell you this very, very briefly, because it just goes to show what I did and how badly wrong I got things. We set up our business in late 2012, and 2017, I think it was, we got asked to join something called Google Channel Partners. It's the top tier of partner thing in the Google network worldwide. It's kind of like a few hundred agencies out of 40,000 agency partners. And they asked me to speak to, on a conference call, the head of Google Partners worldwide, a guy called Alan Tigerson at the time. And in this room was going to be like a whole cluster of the biggest people in the Google Partner network. And about 10 days before the call was due to happen, our Google partner ran me up and went, right, Rob, got a bit of a problem. This is a bit embarrassing. So what's up? Said, could you please build a website? Because Alan would like to check you out before he comes on a call with you. And right now you've only got one page and all it says is nothing to see here. So yeah, we didn't build it. I'm probably the worst person to ask, but if anybody else has got an opinion, WordPress or whatever, I would go with something like that. Unreal. How do you charge this for a client? I think I've already answered that. Results are exciting, not boring. Absolutely, this is results. I only care about the numbers here. Rick says Banner Cloud does multiple ads at the same time, like I was doing. Rick, thank you. I'll take that personally as a help, because that's a give back to me, because I couldn't find any other better solution. So that's perfect. Oh, Eric, you may be my favorite person ever in the world. I thought Joe went over and above, but Rob may just have him beat. He will hate that. Thank you, Eric. All right, guys. Todd, Herc, anything you would like me to add for everybody at this point? I seem to have got through most of the questions and several of the compliments in the chat. Is there anything you would like me to add?
No, man.
Any
It's
asks
pretty
from
good.
anybody else?
Yeah, I just like leaving it open for questions from the audience, because you guys are the ones that, you know, are doing this stuff. And so, yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I think there's tons of stuff, tons of ideas that people are posting in the comments of ways they can do this, places to send people, ways to target them, what they're going to say. You know, there's just so many options, right? And it's another one of those things where it's really get as creative as you want and start testing things and seeing what works. It's just a wide open type of opportunity for you guys.
I'm going to do one more thing then, Herc, if I may, because there's something that I almost forgot I had another slide to share. For everybody who's already said mind blown or words to that effect, let me just take it one notch even higher. So give me a second. Just bring that back up. Everything that we've just done, do to your reports page on your Pixel Scout email campaign. If you recall here, right back at the start of this session, I said there were 2 boxes on the page. We've only dealt with this one. Who's hotter as a prospect? This guy over here who's opened an email but not done anything yet, or this guy over here who's opened your email, clicked the link and gone to your reports page? Who do we really want to spend the most time with engaging and turning into a customer? Everything we've just done applies. Everything we've just done exactly the same way. All you do is you create an audience for people visiting your reports page. So there we go. We take the hot guy. We've already warming up the cold guys. Now we're going to take the hot guys and we're going to put them on fire with a really smart retargeting. So think about the scripting there. Hey, I saw your report. What did you think about it? Would love to jump on a phone call with you. There you go.
Yeah, and that's a great way to classify people too. Like, there's people that are opening and reading the emails being, semi-warm, but the people that are clicking the link to see your report are definitely a hot prospect for sure.
Absolutely. And do you know one of the types of content I would put for those guys? Everybody here should be able to generate a testimonial or a case study or an outcome for a client who you've changed their results, who you've got through Pixel Scout, and who you've run a campaign for them that's made an outcome for them. Put those testimonials in ads. Show them to the people who've already engaged with you. Put your logo on them and go, I hired these guys, these testimonials. I hired these guys to fix my thing. Same thing that your prospects have got as a problem, and it did this for me. Get them on a YouTube video, get them on a Facebook video, get the text, put it in banner ads, get a 5-star review clip, put it on a Facebook ad. All those things we've just done, and use your customers and your clients to credentialize and reinforce the value of the thing you've just presented to this prospect, who we know is interested and engaged. Let your customers do the selling for you. Everybody get the power of that. Everybody see how that would work. Imagine when your customers are selling for you to your prospects. Alan says, can we put the Google Pixel tag on our site even though it's not email? Yeah, put the Pixel tag anywhere you like. Put it on your website, put it on your report page from Pixel Scout, put it on the emails. You want it everywhere you can get it. So anywhere where you can put a pixel, put it there. Obviously Facebook you can't control, but everywhere else you can. So get them out there, get them used. A couple more resources from people. Relay that from Mark as a banner creation tool. I've tried Relay that. I struggle, if I'm honest. I think it's nearly really good, but actually, from my experience, not as good as it could be. A bit frustrating. How do you hand off 90% of the hard work? Get a contractor to do it for you, John. You've already got our instructions. You can give them those instructions. Hire somebody else to do it. Whatever you want to do. And there are firms that do that kind of stuff, us included, but there are, I don't want it to be turned into a promotion for us. There's plenty of other places you can go that can do this kind of stuff for you. Dawn, can you create segmented audiences from those that open the email and those that open the report? Yeah, you absolutely can. You can combine audiences. So if you're in Google Ads, let me just find if I can find one I created earlier. Let me think about this. I'll see if I can show you an example. I'll leave that for a second. See if I can find a quick way to do this. I was playing with it the other day, and there might be. I'm careful. I've got to be careful here because I bring up real client data, then things get difficult for me. So I don't want to do that. Yes, you can. I'll tell you how to do it rather than show you how to do it. I apologize for not being able to show you, but I'm going to end up in a difficult spot if I do. So what you do is you go into new campaign and you create a new campaign in exactly the same way as we've just talked about before. So let's go website traffic campaign. Let's call it a display campaign, standard display, continue. And you go through all these steps here. You choose your audience that you want to include. So for example, people who have, if you've created an audience in analytics that was people who'd read my report as your thing. Or let's do it a different way actually. People who've clicked my email. So people who've been to the report page but haven't taken the next step. That's what we want to do. So we want to put an audience in here of people who've clicked and have visited my report page. And then on the next screen from here, although you can't see it in here, you'll get to a screen that shows you audiences to exclude. And in the audiences to exclude, it's the audience of people who've made an inquiry. So include people who've read the report, exclude people who've made an inquiry. So people who've hit my thank you page. Same principle as in Facebook. You know, in Facebook you have people who we're targeting, and then we exclude the people who've actually done the inquiry. Exactly the same principle applies, and it's just a different screen to go into. It's just occurred to me how I might be able to share it with you. So give me a second. I'm gonna try and get that going for you. I'm just going to get this right screen up. Is this helpful if I show you this? Because I'm conscious it'll take me a minute or two to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And guys, one of the things I hope I've done for you tonight is you guys are all, you're the Facebook experts here. You know this stuff inside out. What I also want to show you is there's more outside of Facebook, but also, right, so here we go. Here's one of our invisible PPC accounts. And you can see here, one of the things we do is if we want to hire, we use Google Ads to hire sometimes. So I'm going to just click into here. Advertising on us. Again, we use it to reinforce our message when we're advertising. For staff, we then show people who we're advertising to, we retarget them. In our audiences, there we go, we've got our all visitors, and you can see here you've got exclusions. So all you would do is you would exclude an audience. So the audience we created before, if we'd got one for email opens, one for report readers, and one for people who'd hit our booking confirmation page, then we just simply exclude the audience who hit the booking confirmation page. In our case, we've got similar things. So for example, is there anything good here? Remarketing, all converters. So I can exclude all converters, for example. That would be the equivalent in mine. See, we've got a 2,600 audience of people who've opened an email from us. How handy is that? So you can see that works. That's 2,600 people I can show an ad to today because they've opened an email from me. I can get in front of every one of them on YouTube and everywhere else because I have that pixel in my outbound email. Does this work on Pinterest and LinkedIn? LinkedIn has retargeting built into it now. LinkedIn, although it's part of the Bing network, actually has its own retargeting platform on it. I could spend an hour telling you about LinkedIn retargeting. Actually, that's not true. One of my team could spend an hour telling you about LinkedIn retargeting. But it's a completely separate subject, but absolutely, you can retarget people there as well. How do you prevent overlapping audiences in Google? For retargeting, I don't care if audiences overlap. I want them to see me. I want them to see me often. I want to strike that balance between being omnipresent and being annoying. And the way I do that is my frequency cap that you saw in YouTube. You've got exactly the same thing on the Google Display Network. You can cap how many times per day people see you. You want to be there. If you think about it, when you see people in different places, you've heard the stories about, when you're building a relationship with someone, you need, 7 or more interactions, and the more those interactions take place in different channels, the stronger the relationship. Exactly the same place, exactly the same principle online. I want people to see me on YouTube. I want them to see me on Facebook. I want them to see me on Instagram. I want them to be in their Gmail. I want them to, wherever they go, have a different kind of interaction with me. Sometimes it's going to be a video. Sometimes it's going to be a branding ad. Sometimes it's going to be a testimonial. Sometimes it's going to be something with a call to action. Sometimes it'll be a training piece, a longer piece. The point is, from a Pixel Scout perspective, you're getting your message to them in multiple channels at different times to reinforce why they should engage with you. Don't worry about overlap. Dawn says, what if I want separate audiences with targeted ads for each? Depends what you mean by that, Dawn, in terms of separate audiences. You can create email open audiences. You can do lots of combinations of different types of audience on Google as you can on Facebook. For tonight, I wanted to show you enough of an audience to get you moving with this without there being, 20 different things to think about. But you can play around with audiences and create lots of different things. There's lots of different ways you can go about that. Just seeing the question come in, how do you create the audience for the report opens? All you do is come into here, into audiences. I'll see if I can do it in here. Sorry, the first thing you do is go back into goals as we did before. If you want to create it for report opens, come into goals, new goal, custom. Now it's different here because we know they've read the report. We don't need to do anything clever. We can use a destination. So wherever that report is shown, whatever URL that report is on, we just check for that particular destination. That's all we have to do, just check for the destination. So assuming you put it on your website, it's, just continue for a second. So you can use regular expressions in here. So we can do contains a regular expression / report /. So if each report has its own URL, providing they're on the same directory, you can use something like that. And that will give you everybody who hits that report page as a targeted audience, exactly as we've done before. All right, guys, I think we are about there. My aim today was to give you everything you need to take everything that Joe took, take all the power of Pixel Scout and put it on steroids by retargeting the heck out of everything you do. You're gonna send email anyway. You're gonna do all the work. Why not have retargeting ads working whether you're awake, sleep, at your desk or out of the office? Have them working on your behalf to follow your prospects who you've already tried to engage and put all that effort in. Why not have them do the hard yards for you and let them build your audience and build your business so that you can then really follow up with the hot people? That's why we're here. That's the benefit of doing this stuff. And I hope that's been massively valuable for you all.
Yeah, and I think this is even like for the people that are a little bit afraid to do this for clients, this will give you a little bit of experience in doing it for yourself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it for yourself first. Do it for yourself first. Prove the process and then go sell it to a client.
Yeah,
absolutely go sell it to a client. And even if you're not targeting email, you can target client websites. You can do regular retargeting. You can do Facebook retargeting, which you all know anyway. There's nobody here who doesn't understand how to explain the value of retargeting. It's just another angle on it.
All right, guys. So before we go and before we say our final words, we did let everybody know that for the people that are attending the webinar, we are going to give away 3 random. I'm going to grab the screen here real quick. We're going to give away 3 random credit packs of 25 credits. We're going to do this right now, guys. So I'm going to grab the screen, and here's how we're going to do it so that you know it's completely randomized. Can everyone see my screen here? I'm on Google with a random number generator. So don't type in numbers yet, okay? So what we're going to do, guys, to make it kind of fair for everyone and everyone has a chance to win, how I've set this up is I want you guys, not yet, we're going to pick a random number between 200 and 250 because that's just a small number. So see how I'm choosing a random number here? Don't put it in yet. And then what we're going to do is when I say go, I want everybody to type in what they think this number is going to be. So remember, it's going to be between 200 and 250. Now, the first person that comes up with the number either on it or closest to it is going to win the first one. And we'll do this in three stages. So I'll tell you when we're going to start and when we're going to stop. And then eventually we're going to just get a nice little contest app where you just enter your, no, Gary, you're too early, so your number doesn't count. Do not put in your numbers yet, guys. And then eventually what we're going to do is we'll just get a nice contest page where you guys can enter and it'll randomly display the number. Okay, so everybody put in a number between 200 and 250, and I'm going to give you about 30 seconds, and then we're going to do this. Now, the shitty part is I'm going to have to go in and find who hit that number first. And I'm only going to allow each entry once, guys. If you're putting in 2 numbers, then you're only going to get your first number counted. And then I'll just go through these. So about 5 more seconds, guys, to put in your number. Okay, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, guys, here we go. Stop. Everybody done? Because we're going to do this 3 times. So I'm going to generate a number now. Okay, 249. So now I'm just going to quickly run back up this list. Actually, I'm going to organize by question and see who put in 249 first. And we have only one entry of 249, and that was Ed Walker. So Ed Walker, please type in your, actually, you know what, Ed Walker, can you submit a support ticket? Okay, just email support@pixelscout.io and say you won the contest. Give them your account name and tell them to add 25 credits to your account. Way to go, Ed. Good number pick there, nice and high.
I'm gonna give them a heads up right now.
Yeah. And then I'm going to reset these numbers, guys, so it's easy for me to sort through the numbers. And we're going to choose a new set. Okay, so this time we're going to go between 300 and 350. All right, so go ahead, everybody. This is giveaway number 2. Throw in a number between 300 and 350. And then when that slows down, we're going to, let me grab, there we go. We're going to choose a random number. I'll give you guys a few seconds. And you can only win once. And if 2 of you pick the same number and it comes up, then I guess we'll both give you the prize. All right. We've got about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, generating. Okay, 339 is the magic number. So let me scroll through the comments here real quick. Let's see, I'm at 330. Oh, nobody picked 339, but that is closest to 338.
I saw 338.
Which is Michael Perota.
Right on.
Send in a support ticket to support@pixelscout.io and tell them you won 25 credits and to add that to your account. And now we're going to do one more, and this time we're going to go between 400 and 450. So go ahead and start entering your numbers, guys. Between 400 and 450. And I'll give you all a few seconds to get your numbers in, and we'll pick our last winner. And remember, 1 entry per user on this 400 set. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Random number coming in. 445 is the number.
There's a 444, first one.
We got 2 445s.
Oh, wow, you're doing that fast.
Yeah. Well, I got organized by question, so it shows up.
Really?
Yep. If you organize, hit the question at the top of the box, and then it organizes it by answer. So Andrea Matthews and Joy Cole. And we've written down your names. I've written down your names. Now I've written down your names. So please, and Joy Cole and Andrea Matthews, please submit a ticket to support@pixelscout.io. You guys both won 25 credits. And these are non-expiring credits. They'll be put into your account, and you can use them for as long as you wish. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you for coming on the live webinar. I'm pretty sure we will continue to do these contests. We might do bigger prizes. We might do smaller prizes, but it is fun. It does add more value to the webinars for you guys. And you can pick up some free shit for just coming on the webinars. Oh, I turned on my camera. Look at that. I don't know why I did, but I did. So that's really about it. Yeah, if you want to do the outro, everyone say thanks to Rob. Congratulations to our winners.
Yeah, great job, Rob. Appreciate you coming on here. I thought everybody was extremely engaged. That was really cool.
Thanks. I had an absolute blast. Had a great time. It was good fun. Getting to nerd out with a bunch of people who actually like the nerdy stuff. It's great.
Right on. I got my questions all screwed up here. Oh, shh. Yep. All right, guys. Well, listen, we are, I guess we're about done for today. We will be having another webinar on Thursday. We're going to talk more about fulfillment on client side, more retargeting stuff, all that kind of stuff. So do come back and join us, because we'd love to have you back. Going to be another great show. Rob, any final thoughts from you?
My final thought is really simple. My aim tonight was to take away blockers so you could improve your return on your Pixel Scout email campaigns right now. From all the comments and all the feedback, I believe we've done that. So go and do it and tell us how it works out, but go and do it.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks a lot. Herc, any last thoughts from you?
No, just thanks to everyone once again for coming on the webinars. The replay will be up in about, let's say 2 to 3 hours. I'll try and get it up faster than that, but we have to wait for things to render. So yeah, it'll be in your members area like I showed you at the beginning of the webinar. And other than that, great job, Rob. We can't wait to have you guys back one more time. You and Joe both.
Looking forward to it. Thanks ever so much, everybody.
All right, guys, one last thought here. Can everybody see my screen? No?
I can.
Can you see it, Herc?
Yeah.
Okay, so just remember, when you're out there fooling around with all those ads and trying to put all this together and you just don't know where your head is and you're kind of feeling lost and crazy, well, you know what? Just remember that. Kim Kardashian can play poker with some mirrored glasses, okay? So it's not all that bad. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.